everyone, I'm Logan.
I'm Tim, and we've been staying in Osaka for a month now. Now, we came here because we're traveling the world at the moment. We love Japan, we've been to Japan before. We were looking for an affordable-ish location that we could settle down for a longer amount of time and work on some of our art projects.
Yeah, we said in our vlog that we released recently that Japan is a really comfortable travel destination for us.
Yep.
The people are just so friendly, it's cost effective, it feels really safe, and the food is damn good, let's be clear.
Yeah, definitely. Overall, it's worked out about 50% cheaper than living in New Zealand. So as far as people who are looking to go somewhere that's really safe and comfortable, who want to work on a project, write a book, or work remotely, then Japan's really worth considering. And I think a lot of the things that people tell you about the costing and that it's very expensive are based on being a tourist, and they're not based on what it's like to actually live here. So we're going to share some of our tips and tricks and give you an overview of what it's cost us and what it's been like to be here for a whole month.
So we have this really amazing apartment, first of all, in Daikokucho, which is the neighborhood that we're based in. It's actually super close to Dotonbori, the tourist mecca of Osaka, really.
Yeah.
It's basically just one subway stop, so it couldn't really be easier, and it's so quiet and a lovely feel in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we noticed that when we do go out into town and check out some stuff and come back, we think, oh, it's so nice and quiet around here. We're really happy with this choice. We are near 3 train lines, 2 subway lines that are underground, that take us to a lot of different places.
Basically ensures you can get anywhere in Osaka. We got to the castle really easily. We're near Shinsekai, where the tower is, which is a really interesting place to visit.
Yeah, the location is fantastic. The apartment itself is a 2-bedroom apartment. It has one Western style room, which we're in now, that has a queen size bed in it, and it has one tatami room.
Which is a real vibe.
Yeah. So this particular room we've used as kind of like a flexi space. It's been our office where we've been working on our projects. It's also been our living space where we've watched some TV, played some Nintendo, and just kind of chilled in there.
Yeah.
And we have slept in there a couple of times. Overall, we found the Western style bed a little more comfortable for us, but I think that might be partly down to the futon they've given us is quite thin, and we have stayed on other ones that were more comfortable. But
And I think over time you just build up your resilience. We are delicate snowflakes at the moment when it comes to the tatami room, but it is such a beautiful space and so traditional feeling, which has been really cool because we've also been watching the TV show Shogun.
Yes.
So it's been a little immersive.
Yeah, it's different when you're on a tatami floor. Also, the tatami floor is an acoustic surface. It absorbs sound. So we've been recording this podcast, and it's actually been sounding really good, and it's been helping with some of the road noise around us. So we're on the 4th floor of a small residential building. We have a kitchen, we have a very simple bathroom, and it's sort of everything we need. Price-wise, in New Zealand dollars, it's about 75 New Zealand dollars per night.
But I think that's a steal for what you get,
Yeah.
and being so well located.
Yeah, and the reason we got a price that good is because if you book for a month on Airbnb, many hosts will offer a considerable discount. So I think that's really worth considering when you're planning a longer trip and maybe you're working on a project. If you stayed for 2 weeks, you maybe would have got a weekly discount that wouldn't have been as good. If you stay for less than a week, you're not going to get any discount at all. I think we got 40% off the price for staying for a month.
Oh, another thing to mention is that in our neighborhood there's an abundance of cherry blossom trees.
Yes.
And we timed our visit really well. Maybe inadvertently, I can't remember if we knew this was happening.
Yeah.
But it's been in full bloom, bright pink, absolutely gorgeous, like a postcard.
Yeah, and some areas of Japan around cherry blossom season get very overcrowded and very expensive.
But not here.
We've avoided that by being out in a residential suburb. Yet we got to enjoy the cherry blossoms. It was really beautiful.
So you might be wondering, what sort of food have we been eating since we've been here?
So it's been a combination of eating out and making some food at home as well. We've loved places like Koko Curry House.
Oh, Kokoichi, it's so good.
We've eaten there quite a bit. You can expect to have a meal for about 10 New Zealand dollars, right up to maybe 15 if you really stack it out and have a beer with it.
Just full of flavour and really customizable as well. So as a vegetarian, there is a vegetarian curry base, which has been really awesome. Also, we've been going to a place called Caesarea.
Yes.
This is Italian food. Quite inauthentic, but actually it's delicious and it's super cheap. Like, we walk out of there having had a whole feast for $16, $17 NZ.
Yeah, if that.
It's just mad.
In total. There are dishes in there that are between 4 and 5 New Zealand dollars that are like bowls of pasta. So
and like 500 mils of wine,
Yes.
white or red, for how much is that?
400 yen.
Just crazy.
So 5 New Zealand dollars. So you can go in there, have a big meal and a drink for an incredibly low price. Less than $10 per person, definitely.
Absolutely.
I think you could even go in there and have a meal for 5 New Zealand dollars and leave and there'd be no problems whatsoever.
And they're very attentive in there. The service is very warm, so it's a good place to visit. Very stress-free and easy.
Yeah. We've also liked some little local smaller businesses, like we've been going to some place called The Berg a lot,
Yeah.
where they make Hamburg, and they bring it out with like a nice slaw, the Hamburg, and a sauce, and some rice, and I think that is 900 yen, so that is between 9 and 10 New Zealand dollars for a big filling meal.
We've been to the odd place that's been more expensive, like when we had okonomiyaki in Namba, that was really delicious.
Yes.
But basically we've been eating pretty humble, and we're really fortunate because there's a supermarket just down the road called Max Value, which has enabled us to do our grocery shopping and do a lot of cooking in our kitchen.
Yeah, so we've been making Korean toast for breakfast
Yeah,
a lot of
such a banger.
days. We've brought cereal, we've brought coffee, we've brought simple things like that. We often make a sandwich or something for lunch, and sometimes for dinner what we do is we just get a bento from the supermarket.
Yeah.
They work out at about 5 to 6 New Zealand dollars. You pop it in the microwave and you've got a full, like, really nice meal to have. for
Really
dinner.
nice, yeah, high quality as well. Or we just make a quick pasta or a soup or a curry or what else, a stir fry. Yeah, we want to try and keep costs as low as possible, but still eat well.
Yeah. You can expect like a bottle of milk to cost about 2 New Zealand dollars, vegetables from like 1 to 2 New Zealand dollars, and something like a chicken breast, for example, like a big one would be about 200 yen, so yeah,
pretty good.
2.5 New Zealand dollars. And the eggs we buy are about $1.50 NZD, which is crazy because in New Zealand, well, when we left New Zealand, eggs were like $6-7 for a little 6-pack and like $12 to $15 for a 12-pack. So it's like eggs have been so cheap here, we've been scoffing them back.
Yeah, some things are a little more expensive, like cheese.
Yes.
If you buy cheese slices or even the shredded cheese, that can get up there in price.
Yeah.
But overall, we're noticing that the supermarket is a heck of a lot cheaper than back in New Zealand, which is just through the roof in terms of the cost of living. Like it's cooked, like a lot of other
It's
countries out
crazy.
there, America and UK as well.
Yeah, so it feels like a huge relief from our economy being here. But we do notice if you eat Japanese style food in Japanese restaurants and at the supermarket, you will get a better price. If you try and make something more Western and need some more unique imported ingredients, the price starts to skyrocket.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of change that mindset and be willing to eat like the locals do if you want to save a lot of money.
Definitely. So, would we recommend spending a month in Osaka? I think a resounding yes.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
been really cozy. I am now starting to feel like, oh, I'm ready to move on to another place. So we've got a plan to go to Nara soon. We'll make a video, and then Tokyo, where I have a number of friends I'm going to catch up with. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But up until this point, I've been really content just to chill here in Osaka, just pottering around our neighborhood,
Yeah.
getting on with some of those creative projects that we've mentioned. It's felt really natural being here.
I think if you're looking for a place with those attributes, somewhere that will give you time and space to do your work or write something, I'd highly recommend it. If you're after a tourism-packed adventure holiday, maybe you would do more activities than we did. But we feel really happy with what we got out of Osaka, and we think had we done it in Tokyo or had we done it in Kyoto, it would have cost us more money. So that's a big win for us.
Absolutely. And remember that we've been on a whirlwind tour of Asia. We've been ripping through places like Thailand, Vietnam, Taiwan,
Yes.
South Korea. So
Yes.
we were ready for a little bit of a rest. And this has absolutely served the purpose.
Yeah.
Now just quickly, a little bit of shameless self-promotion here.
Hell yeah.
We've mentioned that we've been working on a podcast a few times. This is a fantasy fiction podcast, so look, it won't be to everyone's taste. But if you do enjoy fiction, you do enjoy spending some time in a fantasy world,
Yes.
the link to that is below. This is something that I've been writing for a few months. We've just got the time to record that. Tim's doing some sound design and some original music as well for the piece, and I'm doing my best to narrate, although it's a bit iffy, so do forgive me.
I think it's an awesome project. It's something we're actually really proud of. So if you enjoy fantasy, do check it out.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day a novel.
Yep, we've already recorded 9 episodes. They're going to be released weekly. So if you'd like to listen to the prologue and chapter 1, as I said, it's below.
Boom. So just to give you a breakdown of what we've spent over the 30 days we've been here. So accommodation has been $75 per day, and our spending allowance has been 50 New Zealand dollars per day. Now some days we didn't spend that, like if you go to the supermarket for your meals and you're just working on your project, you could probably get by with like 25 to 30 New Zealand dollars at a minimum. But then there have been days where we've gone out, we've had a few drinks,
Bit of a
we've done
blowout.
some activities, and we've spent more like 70 to 80. Overall, we are pretty much on budget. We've spent a little bit more than we planned to, but not by much. So I'll pop up a bit of a summary on the screen of what it's cost us.
Okay, well I think that basically covers it. I know
does.
this has been quite a talky vlog, but we just wanted to give you a sense of what we're up to and where we're going next. So as mentioned, we're heading to Nara and then Tokyo before we go back to New Zealand for a quick stint, well actually about a month.
Yes.
And then we're heading to Europe, which is extremely exciting.
Right, so please subscribe to our channel, join us on our journey around the world. We're doing everything on a shoestring budget, and we hope we inspire you to plan a longer trip that gives you better value than these short, expensive holidays.
Yeah, just do it. It's an amazing cultural exchange and so damn fun.
Well, until next time,
Ka kite no.
see ya!